I have kept a diary since I was 14 years old. Not the kind where you write about what you ate for breakfast or complain about homework. I write about people. I write about moments. I write about things I am too afraid to say out loud. And for the last 8 months, I have been writing about him, Kai Bennett, the guy everyone is afraid of, the guy with tattoos on his arms and a scar above his left eyebrow, the guy who rides a black motorcycle and skips half his classes. The guy who got into a fight last semester and sent someone to the hospital. I never thought I would have to live with him. But here I am, standing in the doorway of a tiny 2-bedroom apartment. My suitcase is at my feet. The housing office made a mistake. They double-booked my dorm room. They said the only available spot was here, off campus, with a roommate. They did not tell me the roommate was Kai. He is standing in the kitchen. He is shirtless. There is a tattoo of a snake wrapping around his ribs. He is drinking orange juice straight from the carton. He looks at me. He does not smile. He says, "You must be the new guy." I nod. I cannot find my voice. He wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. He says, "I am Kai. Your room is the one on the left. Do not touch my stuff. Do not make noise after midnight. Do not ask me questions." He walks past me. I smell cigarettes and something sharper. Cologne, maybe. He goes into his room and slams the door. I stand there for a long moment. Then I drag my suitcase into my new room. I sit on the bed. I pull out my diary from the bottom of my bag. I open it to a random page. It is from 3 months ago. I wrote, "I saw him in the library today. He was alone. He was reading a book about astronomy. He looked peaceful. I wonder if anyone else knows he likes stars." I close the diary quickly. My hands are shaking. I cannot let him find this. If he reads even one page, I will have to transfer schools. I will have to leave the country. I will have to disappear. I shove the diary under my mattress. It is not a good hiding spot, but it is all I have. I do not know it yet, but in less than 24 hours, my entire life is going to fall apart. Living with Kai is like living with a ghost. He is barely here. He leaves early in the morning. He comes back late at night. When he is home, he stays in his room with the door closed. I should be relieved. I should be grateful for the space. But instead, I find myself watching him. I find myself listening for the sound of his motorcycle pulling into the parking lot. I find myself noticing small things, like how he always takes his boots off at the door, like how he drinks black coffee at 2 in the morning, like how he has a small pile of astronomy textbooks on his desk that he thinks no one sees. I write about all of it. It has been 3 days since I moved in. I am sitting in my room. I am writing in my diary. I am describing the way Kai looked this morning when he came out of the shower with wet hair and how my stomach did a stupid flip. There is a knock on my door. I freeze. I say, "Come in." Kai opens the door. He is holding a toolbox. He says the sink in the bathroom is leaking. I need to fix it. "Do not use the bathroom for like 20 minutes. I say, "Okay." He leaves. I hear him go into the bathroom. I hear the sound of metal clanging. I look down at my diary. I have been writing for an hour. I need to stretch my legs. I put the diary on my desk. I do not think about it. I just leave it there. I go to the kitchen. I make myself tea. I stand by the window. I watch the street below. 15 minutes pass. I hear the bathroom door open. I hear Kai curse under his breath. Then I hear him say, "Ethan." His voice is different. It is not angry. It is not cold. It is something else. Something I cannot identify. I walk back toward the hallway. I see him standing outside my bedroom door. He is holding something in his hands. My stomach drops. It is my diary. He is holding my diary. I feel the blood drain from my face. I feel my legs go weak. I cannot breathe. I say, "Where did you get that?" He looks at me. His face is unreadable. He says, "You left your door open. It was on your desk. I thought it was a notebook. I thought maybe you had a phone number I could borrow. He opens it to a random page. He starts reading out loud. He says, March 7th. I sat behind him in the lecture hall today. He smells like leather and something sweet. I wonder if he knows I exist. I wonder if he would laugh if he knew I think about him every night before I fall asleep. He stops reading. He looks up at me. The world is spinning. I feel like I am going to throw up. I say, give it back. He does not move. He flips to another page. He says, April 13th. He got into a fight outside the gym. Everyone was recording it on their phones. Everyone was calling him a psycho. But I saw his face. He looked scared. He looked like he was protecting himself. I wanted to step in. I wanted to tell everyone to stop. But I am a coward. He closes the diary. He says, you have been writing about me for months. I cannot look at him. I feel tears burning in my eyes. I say I'm sorry. I know it is weird. I know it is creepy. I will move out. I will leave tonight. Just please do not tell anyone. He takes a step closer. He says, why would I tell anyone? I finally look up at him. His expression is softer than I have ever seen it. He says no one has ever noticed that about me. The fight. I was protecting someone, a kid who was getting bullied. But everyone just saw the blood and assumed I was the villain. He hands the diary back to me. His fingers brush against mine. He says, you see me. I take the diary. I hold it against my chest like a shield. I say I am sorry. I will stop. I will throw this away. He shakes his head. He says, do not apologize for seeing people, Ethan. Most people do not bother. He walks past me. He goes into his room. He closes the door gently this time. I stand in the hallway for a long time. My heart is pounding. I do not know what just happened, but I know everything has changed. Kai starts talking to me after that. Not a lot, just small things. He asks me if I want coffee in the morning. He tells me when he is going to be out late, so I do not worry. He leaves post-it notes on the fridge. Things like, we are out of milk, or I fixed the heater. It is strange. It is terrifying. It is wonderful. 1 week after he found the diary, I come home from class. Kai is sitting on the couch. He is reading one of his astronomy books. He looks up when I walk in. He says, sit down. I want to ask you something. I put my bag down. I sit on the other end of the couch. I am nervous. He closes his book. He says, why me? Out of everyone at this school, why do you write about me? I was not expecting that question. I look down at my hands. I say, I do not know. I think it started because you are interesting. You are different. Everyone sees you one way, but I see something else. He leans forward. He rests his elbows on his knees. He says, what do you see? I take a breath. I say I see someone who is kind even when he pretends not to be. I see someone who is smart but hides it because being the bad boy is easier than being vulnerable. I see someone who is lonely. The room is silent. Kai looks at me for a long time. Then he says, you are right. I am lonely. He stands up. He says I have to go to work. I will be back late. He leaves before I can ask him anything else. That night I write in my diary. I write about the way Kai looked at me. I write about the sadness in his voice. I write about how badly I want to know him, the real him. The next morning I wake up to the smell of pancakes. I walk into the kitchen. Kai is standing at the stove. He is flipping pancakes. He is wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. He looks softer like this. He looks younger. He says I made extra. Sit. I sit at the tiny table. He puts a plate in front of me. The pancakes are perfectly golden. I say, you cook. He smirks. He says my mom taught me before she got sick. I stop chewing. I say I am sorry. I did not know. He shrugs. He says no one does. I do not really talk about it. She has MS. I work nights at a warehouse to help pay for her care. Suddenly, everything makes sense. The late nights, the exhaustion, the walls he built around himself. I say, that is why you are always tired. He nods. He says, yeah. But do not feel bad for me. I do not need pity. I say it is not pity. It is respect. He looks at me. Something flickers in his eyes. Something warm. He says, you are different, Ethan. You are not like the people I usually deal with. I do not know what to say to that. So I just eat my pancakes. 2 weeks pass. Kai and I fall into a routine. We eat breakfast together. We watch bad TV shows late at night. We talk about things that do not matter and things that do. I am falling for him. I know I am. It is not just admiration anymore. It is something deeper, something that makes my chest ache when he smiles. I stop writing in my diary. It feels wrong now, like I am betraying the friendship we are building. One night I am in my room studying. It is almost midnight. I hear a knock on my door. I say, come in. Kai walks in. He looks upset. His jaw is tight. His hands are clenched into fists. I ask what is wrong. He says I ran into Jake tonight. You know Jake, right? He used to be my friend, until he was not. I nod. I know who Jake is. He is the guy who started the rumor that Kai put someone in the hospital. He is the guy who loves drama. Kai sits on the edge of my bed. He runs his hands through his hair. He says Jake saw me. He saw me walking out of the grocery store with ingredients for dinner. He said I looked domestic. He said I looked soft. He asked if I was turning into a little housewife. I feel anger rise in my chest. I say Jake is an idiot. Kai laughs, but it is bitter. He says, yeah. But he is also dangerous. He likes to ruin people, and he has been watching me. He knows I live with you. My stomach tightens. I say, what does that mean? Kai looks at me. His eyes are conflicted. He says it means if he thinks there is something going on between us, he is going to spread it around campus. He is going to make our lives hell. I swallow hard. I say, is there something going on between us? Kai does not answer right away. He just stares at me. The tension in the room is suffocating. Then he stands up. He says I should go to bed. Forget I said anything. He leaves. I sit there in the dark. My heart is racing. I do not sleep that night. 3 days later, everything falls apart. I am in the campus library. I am trying to finish an essay. My phone buzzes. It is a text from Kai. It says, stay where you are. Do not come home yet. I frown. I text back, why? He does not respond. 20 minutes later, my phone buzzes again. It is not Kai. It is a number I do not recognize. It is a photo. The photo is of Kai and me. We are in our apartment. We are sitting on the couch. Kai has his arm around my shoulders. I am laughing at something he said. It looks intimate. It looks like more than friendship. The text below the photo says, cute couple. Does the whole school know yet? My blood runs cold. I know who sent this. Jake. I grab my bag. I run out of the library. I run all the way to the apartment. My lungs are burning by the time I get there. I burst through the door. Kai is standing in the living room. He is on the phone. He is yelling. He says, if you post that photo, I swear to God, Jake, I will end you. He hangs up. He sees me. His face is pale. He says, Ethan, I am so sorry. He broke in. He must have set up a camera or something. I do not know how he got that photo. I feel like I am going to be sick. I say, what is he going to do with it? Kai looks at the floor. He says he is going to post it, unless I pay him $2,000, or unless I publicly humiliate you. He wants me to tell everyone you are obsessed with me, that you are a stalker. I feel the room tilt. I sit down on the couch. I say, so that is it. This is over. You are going to throw me under the bus to save yourself. Kai looks at me like I just stabbed him. He says, what? No. Ethan, no. I am not going to do that. I laugh. It is a hollow sound. I say then, what are you going to do, Kai? You cannot afford $2,000. And if that photo gets out, your reputation is done. The bad boy cannot be soft. The bad boy cannot care about someone like me. Kai crosses the room. He kneels in front of me. He grabs my hands. He says, listen to me. I do not care about my reputation. I care about you. I feel tears spill down my cheeks. I say you do not mean that. He says I do. I have been terrified to say it, but I do. You are the only person who has ever made me feel like I am worth something. You see me, Ethan, the real me, and I am so scared of losing that. I shake my head. I say you do not have to protect me. Just let him post it. I will transfer schools. I will disappear. Kai stands up. He looks furious. He says, no, you are not disappearing. I am not letting him win. He grabs his jacket. He says, I am going to handle this. I grab his arm. I say, how? He looks at me. His eyes are determined. He says, by telling the truth. The next day, I do not hear from Kai. He does not come home. He does not answer my texts. I am panicking. I think maybe he decided to run. I think maybe he decided it was not worth it. Then my phone buzzes. It is a message from my roommate from last semester. It says, dude, are you seeing what is happening in the main quad right now? I run. I run across campus. My legs are shaking. My heart is in my throat. When I get to the quad, there is a crowd. At least 200 people. They are all standing in a circle. They are all staring at the center. I push through the crowd. I see Jake standing there. He is holding his phone up. He is smiling. Then I see Kai. He is standing in front of Jake. His fists are clenched, but he is not swinging. Jake says loud enough for everyone to hear, so Kai, are you going to tell them or should I? Are you going to tell them you are shacking up with some weird kid who writes love letters about you? The crowd laughs. I feel humiliation wash over me. I want to run. I want to disappear. But then Kai speaks. His voice is loud. His voice is clear. He says, yeah, I am. His name is Ethan, and he does not write love letters. He writes the truth. He writes about people the way they deserve to be seen. The crowd goes quiet. Jake looks stunned. Kai continues. He says Ethan wrote about me for months before I even knew he existed. He wrote about the things I try to hide. He wrote about the fact that I am not just some violent asshole. He wrote about the fact that I read astronomy books and that I take care of my sick mom and that I am terrified of being alone. His voice cracks. He says, and then he became my friend, and then he became more than that. And I was too scared to admit it, because I thought if I let anyone see the real me, I would lose everything. He turns to look at the crowd. He says, but you know what? I do not care anymore. Jake can post whatever photo he wants. You can all think whatever you want. Because the only person whose opinion matters to me is standing somewhere in this crowd. And I am done pretending. He turns. His eyes scan the crowd. Then he sees me. His face softens. He walks toward me. The crowd parts. He stops in front of me. He says, I am sorry I did not say this sooner. I am sorry I made you think I would ever choose my reputation over you. I am crying. I cannot stop. I say, Kai. Everyone is watching. He smiles. It is a real smile. He says, let them watch. He cups my face in his hands. He leans down. He kisses me. The crowd erupts. Some people are cheering. Some people are gasping. Some people are probably recording. I do not care. I kiss him back. I pour every word I never said into that kiss. When we pull apart, Kai presses his forehead against mine. He whispers, I read your diary again last night. The entry from yesterday. You wrote that you were falling in love with me. I nod. I cannot speak. He says I am falling in love with you too. Behind us, Jake is yelling something. Someone is telling him to shut up. Someone else is saying they always knew Kai was more than the rumors. Kai ignores all of it. He just looks at me. He says, "Let us go home." We walk through the crowd. Kai holds my hand the entire way. People are staring. People are talking. But Kai does not let go. When we get back to the apartment, Kai locks the door behind us. He pulls me into a hug. He holds me so tight I can barely breathe. He says, "I am scared. I am scared of what happens next. I am scared of losing my reputation and my safety and everything I built." I pull back. I look up at him. I say, "You are not losing anything that matters. You are gaining something real." He kisses me again. Softer this time. Slower. He says, "Stay with me. Do not transfer. Do not leave." I say I am not going anywhere. Living with Kai is still complicated. Some people on campus support us. Some people do not. Jake tried to start more rumors, but no one listens to him anymore. Kai stopped hiding. He talks about his mom now. He talks about his fears. He lets me hold his hand in public. I still write in my diary, but now I write about the present instead of observations from a distance. I write about the way Kai kisses me good morning. I write about the way he leaves little notes in my textbooks. I write about the way he looks at me like I am the only thing that matters. Sometimes the scariest thing you can do is let someone see who you really are. But sometimes that is also the most beautiful thing. If you have ever been afraid to tell someone how you feel, drop a comment and let me know your story. And if you made it this far, please hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.